you Miata channel surfing YouTube users. I know I haven't been posting much regarding the car. Ever since the engine swap, I've just been driving the thing for years and years now. And I haven't so much as done a brake job or anything on it. I think the last thing I did was an oil change at the start of cruising season, and that's it. But I wanted to make a quick little video regarding the heater on the car. So in the summertime, now this idea popped into my head right now because I'm driving around and it's freezing. Ontario, Canada, it's like 2 degrees at night and my toes are just ice cubes right now. And it reminded me what I had to do in the summer to slow down how much heat was getting inside the driver's cabin. So as you know, these cars are old, late 90s, right? 99, 98, whatever was the first year of the NB. I'm pretty sure the NAs had the same problem. But the HVAC controls, so your speed, your dial from cold to hot, and where the air is coming from, plus your recirculate. Now, I figured out a strategy. First off, the problem I was having was in the summertime when I was cruising, after like 20-30 minutes, I just had so much heat coming into the car. And I even checked with the thermal camera. It was all based or focused on this center part of the car. Of course, makes sense because your exhaust manifold is on the driver's side, left side of the engine if you're sitting in the driver's seat, and the exhaust manifold or header comes down like this, and it goes basically beside the tunnel, beside the transmission, right? I think it's on that side though. But anyway, it's very close to all this, right? And you just got this heat radiating, and it's warming up all the components in your car, and the heat just isn't going away. Like, as long as the engine's running, like, you got this constant heat source, which is your exhaust, and then it's gonna radiate and warm up the metal that's on the transmission, on the unibody underneath the car. So once that's warmed up, then the heat's just going to be escaping through all these little cracks and crevices and stuff. So a lot of heat coming from where the e-brake goes through the body of the car, the armrest area, and actually in between the seats right here. I always have my water bottles right here because, you know, the car doesn't come with a proper water bottle holder. So this is a good tight place. It even holds a coffee. But you have a cold water bottle in the summertime, and that bad boy is warm after like a 30-minute drive, right? So you have to just put it, that's why I have this blanket here. In the summertime, I would just cover up my cold bottles of water so the sun doesn't warm it up. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. You know, excessive heat coming here, and I had the car on defrost with the dial all the way to cold and off, and I still had a faint amount of air, warm air, coming from the blower motor area slash you know, ductwork that's behind the dashboard, right? So you got your blower motor over here, your heater core, and then you got the ducts that feed all of these supplies, right? So I still had faint air coming in. Now I had the glove compartment apart. I was checking all the cables because this is all cable driven, and the cables are not super tight. Like they have like minor play in it. I mean, it's an old car. Again, it's a 99, right? So I figured, you know, there's something to do with that, right? And when you take the blower motor out, there's actually a flap there that's cable controlled, and it wasn't completely seating, so I thought it was that. So I tried to adjust that. There's like a little screw there, rusty, it's super old, right? And honestly, the best solution I found next to, oh yeah, I also forgot the catalytic converter. I actually got this advice from a former Miata friend of mine. He says that bad boy warms up really warm, or it heats up a lot. So get exhaust heat wrap and wrap your catalytic converter. So I did that, and it helped a little bit, but I still had this heat coming through the floor vents. So after trying to adjust the cables and farting around with settings, I realized that having the bottom slider to this one recirculate, I believe, right? Because this is fresh air from outside. So recirculate on cold, on defrost off in the summer. That seemed to be the best solution, but I was still getting warm air coming in. So I just did the most archaic, silly thing. I grabbed my son's old pajama shirt and stuffed it into that duct that's underneath here, pointed right at your feet. Because, you know, you're cruising around in the summertime and your feet, you know, I was wearing flip-flops, are just on fire. So I stuffed this bad boy in nice and deep into the floor supply duct, and my God, 90% better. It was crazy. So something so simple, after playing around with flaps and trying to adjust the little cables and all this stuff, something as simple as this, it's out of sight, out of mind. It's not hanging out, you know, you jam it in there. And then right now, I remembered I had this down there because I'm driving around, like I said, it's cold and my feet are frozen. So I yanked this bad boy out. The car's going to storage shortly, and probably in next week or two, and until they start spraying that brine that they use up here. It's like liquid salt, but it's made out of something really bad for your car. So they put salt mixed with rocks, I believe. Sorry, they don't use rocks here. I think they use that in another province. But just these large salt rocks here, which again, we all know it rusts cars, especially a tin can like Miata. But over here, if the weatherman says that there's going to be, you know, flash freezing or weather that's below zero, that there's going to be a potential for black ice, these trucks go around with these like 4 sprayers on the rear of the truck. It looks basically like a salt truck, but it's got a tank on it. I've seen pickup trucks utilize this system as well, and they basically spray the road. So if you're ever driving and you see these perfect 4 lines going in both lanes, then you know they've sprayed the roads. And especially when it rains a little bit prior to it freezing, and then it mixes with that stuff, and the cars are like shooting up, that mist and all that, it goes in like all the little cracks and crevices of your car. And from what I've heard, that stuff does a lot more damage to your car than even salt. So I mean, we got the worst of both worlds, right? We got brine that's sprayed on the roads, and then we got the rock salt, which dissolves when it touches the ice or snow, right? But yeah, completely going off topic, but yeah, car's going away shortly. So thanks for watching on my little tip on how to minimize your heat on your feet. All right, guys, peace out.